Philadelphia just celebrated the 250th anniversary of the Marines and Navy, and the party isn't over just yet. Several more days of events start this Friday, hosted by the Tun Legacy Foundation. And joining me now is Ken Hopper, board member with the foundation. Ken, thank you so much for talking with us this morning.
Well, thank you very much for having me on.
Of course. For starters, tell us about the Tun Legacy Foundation and the work that you do with the Marine Corps.
The Tun Legacy Foundation was created 2 years ago with the sole purpose of rebuilding the Tun. This historic piece of property was originally built in 1686 and stood there in Old Town Philadelphia next to the waterfront. And it took us 9 years to get the group together to the 6 organizations that can trace their heritage all the way back to the Tun. That's the Marine Corps, the Navy, the Freemasons of Pennsylvania, the Friendly Sons and Daughters of St. Patrick, and then we have St. Andrews and St. George. So the 6 of us have teamed up, and we are bound and determined to rebuild the Tun.
Yeah, it's amazing. We just had thousands of visitors, of course, with the 250th anniversary of the Marines and the Navy. Tell us about some of the events that you're spearheading Friday.
Oh, Lord. This effort has consumed a number of our lives since February of this year. It does begin Friday at the Grand Masonic Temple there in Philadelphia with specialized tours. Then Saturday, we are going to pick up. Saturday's focus is on history and the 18th century and having all the organizations together to brief everyone, talk about their specific events or their specific organizations.
A lot of momentum, obviously, though, to rebuild the Tun Tavern here, to bring it on back up. For people who aren't aware, if you don't mind diving into some detail of why this is so important to bring back to the city today.
The Tun was a building that was very centric in the beginning of this country. A lot of people don't realize this, but during the Second Continental Congress, John Adams and the Naval Commission actually sat, you can see behind me there on that second floor, sat in those rooms and actually wrote the articles that created the current United States Navy. When George Washington, for instance, was named the commander-in-chief of the Continental Army, the members of Congress took him to Tun Tavern, and he was there, and that's where he had his last dinner before he went on to lead the Army. All profits, once we are operational, are going to be given back to charities. So it's going to go to the Freemasons hospitals. It's going to go to those Marine Corps charities, Toys for Tots, Semper Fi Fund. The other 4 organizations are going to be placing their dollars into scholarships. And then we're going to keep some money for local support because we want to be an integral part of the community, not just another bar and restaurant. We want to be a place where people want to come and learn about American history. We want people to understand the historical significance of the Tun.
There you go. Ken Hopper, board member with the Tun Legacy Foundation. Thanks again for talking with us this morning. Good luck, too, with all of the upcoming events that you guys have on your plate, starting, of course, this weekend.
Thanks, Keith. We'll see you.
Of course. For more information about the Tun Legacy Foundation and their homecoming 250 events, November 7th through the 11th, tap the NBC 10 app or head to NBC10.com/findItOn10.